So, you've been meditating. You sit down. You follow the breath. You feel calmer, a little clearer, maybe even lighter. But something strange is happening. It's not as exciting as when you first started. The sessions feel ordinary, sometimes even boring. And a quiet question begins to surface. Is this it? Because no one really talks about this part. No one explains what happens after the beginner phase, when meditation stops feeling new, but hasn't yet revealed its depth. And if you misunderstand this stage, you'll either quit or start chasing experiences. Both are mistakes. Welcome to Mystic Reflections, a space dedicated to inner transformation, clarity, and the quiet unfolding of higher consciousness. In this video, we're going to explore what's actually happening beneath the surface and what the next stage of meditation really looks like. It's subtler than you think and far more powerful. The honeymoon is over. When you first began meditating, there was novelty. You were discovering silence for the first time, watching thoughts instead of drowning in them, feeling space where there used to be noise. That's powerful. But the mind adapts quickly. What once felt profound now feels normal. And here's the critical shift. Meditation is no longer about experiencing calm. It becomes about seeing clearly. This is where many people get confused. They think something has gone wrong because the emotional highs fade. But meditation was never meant to be a blaze of spiritual excitement. It's more like your eyes adjusting to the dark. At first, you see nothing. Then slowly, shapes begin to form. The second stage begins when you stop meditating for a feeling and start observing reality as it is. The subtle wall. At this stage, most people hit what feels like a plateau. Your mind still wanders. Old emotions still arise. Restlessness appears, doubt appears. You might think, I'm not progressing. But what's actually happening is this. You are becoming aware of how chaotic the mind truly is. Before meditation, the noise was constant, but unconscious. Now it's conscious. That doesn't mean there's more noise. It means you're finally seeing it. This can feel discouraging, because clarity removes illusion, and the ego doesn't like being observed. So it creates subtle resistance, boredom, frustration, the urge to switch techniques, the desire for something more advanced. But the next stage isn't about complexity, it's about depth. The real shift. Here's where meditation quietly transforms. In the beginning, you focus on the breath. Now something different starts happening. You begin noticing the one who is watching the breath. This is the turning point. Instead of just observing thoughts, you become curious about the observer. Who is aware of this thought? Who knows this sensation? Don't answer intellectually, just look. This subtle redirection shifts meditation from concentration to awareness of awareness. And something interesting happens. You realize that thoughts come and go. Emotions rise and fall. Sensations appear and disappear. But the awareness itself, it remains, still, open, untouched. The next stage of meditation is stabilizing in that recognition, not forcing it, not dramatizing it, just noticing again and again. Meditation leaves the cushion. Here's how you know you're entering the next phase. Meditation stops being confined to your sessions. You're washing the car and suddenly aware. You're in conversation and aware of reactions forming. You feel anger arise, and instead of becoming it, you witness it. This is awareness in action, and it's subtle. There may be no bliss, no visions, no mystical lights, just a growing space between stimulus and response. That space is liberation. And it expands naturally when you stop trying to manufacture spiritual experiences. At this stage, practice becomes simpler, not more complicated. Instead of adding techniques, you refine attention. Here are 3 powerful methods to support this phase. 1. Open awareness meditation. Focus on the breath and let all thoughts, feelings, and sensations move through awareness without grabbing hold. 2. Self-inquiry. Gently ask, "Who is aware?" and rest in the silence before the mind answers. 3. Micro-meditations throughout the day. 10 seconds of conscious awareness, many times daily. The trap at this stage. There is one danger here: subtle spiritual identity. The thought, "I am progressing. I am becoming more conscious." And while that may be partially true, notice that it's still a thought. The ego can rebuild itself around spirituality. The next stage requires humility, not self-improvement, not becoming special, but dissolving the need to become anything at all. Meditation matures when it becomes ordinary, natural, effortless. What happens next? So, you've been meditating. Now what? Now the real practice begins. Not chasing calm, not chasing bliss, not chasing enlightenment, but gently, patiently, consistently noticing what has always been here. Awareness. Before thought, during thought, after thought. The next stage isn't dramatic, it's quiet. And if you stay with it, without grasping, without resisting, you'll begin to sense something profound. You are not meditating to reach higher consciousness. You are uncovering the consciousness that was never absent. And that realization doesn't arrive in a flash. It deepens, silently. If this message resonates with you, consider subscribing to Mystic Reflections, where we explore the deeper layers of awakening, self-realization, and inner clarity, step by step. Until next time, keep sitting, keep noticing, and allow the ordinary to reveal the extraordinary.